welcome to my judgment-free zone. My name is Akachi, and I am happy to see you here today. So, if you're joining for the first time, I am Akachi, your slightly obsessed social media strategist and fellow mompreneur. You can call me your Brands Connect. I am here to help you stop overthinking and start turning those views into actual value. So, welcome to my channel. This is going to be an amazing time. If you're just joining us for the first time, if you are just seeing my face for the first time, welcome and ensure that you hit the subscribe button. Today's session is a complete content to cash Q&A. So I'm going to be answering questions, your burning questions, whatever concerns you have about content creation or converting those content into cash. That is what we're going to be talking about today. So if you have those questions, make sure you write them down. In fact, just chat me up in the comment section right now. Leave your question in the comment section, and I might just bring you up here to have that conversation with you. And of course, you want to stay till the end because I'm going to be sharing my own personal stories on, how I started both my business, my social media management agency, and how I navigate motherhood and content creation. So, if this feels like something you're going to be benefiting from, you want to stay till the end because it's going to be very insightful. And I might be answering that burning question that you have had in your mind for the longest time so that you're walking into 2026 with, the best. You're walking into 2026 super prepared and super ready. So yeah, that's basically what it is. But before we go ahead, please just give me a second. Let me fix something so we can have a more enjoyable time. Just give me a second, all right? All right, so we are back. We are back and ready to set sail. This is going to be a very relaxed, a very relaxed live session. So no much pressure, no pressure. Just join me and let's have fun together. All right. So before we take the first question, I have some questions that I've already put down. That I got from my comment section and from people asking these questions, and generally questions that I see that small business owners and small creators usually ask about content creation and about monetizing their content. So I have a lot of questions that I'm going to be looking into my screen so I don't forget any of them. So I'll be picking those questions one after the other. So from time to time, I will be navigating my screen just so you know what I'm doing, right? And if you have a question to ask me, please just drop it in the chats. I am ready and happy to take your questions. And if we have enough time, I actually just want to spend like 1 hour on this live. But if we have time, and if you drop your questions early enough, I might just bring you on here so you can ask your questions and we'll talk about it. And basically, you're getting a free strategy session from me. Okay, so let's get right into it. Before we jump to the first question, I want you, if you're here, the first thing you're going to do for me is let's do a roll call. All right, if you're a business owner, drop your business name and the exact thing you sell in the comment section. I want to know you. I I want to know what you do. What's your business? What are your services? Just drop it in the comment section. Let's do a roll call. Let me know and tell me where you're watching me from. I want to see the empires we're building in here. Like we're making this money in 2026. We're making this money in 2026. Oh my God. So I might just use you as an example for our next strategy tip. So tell me what you do, your business, or if you're a service based business. Let me know in the comment section. Hello, Sure Shots. Hi, back to you. I want to know where you're watching from. So just tell me where you're watching from. Just drop it in the comment section. I want to have that conversation with you. See, we're building a community here. I want us to have, see, this is a happy moment, all right? So no pressure. Let's have this chat. Let's enjoy ourselves as we learn, right? So while you're dropping your location and your questions, possibly your questions in the chat, let's start with the first question. So I'm going to be referring back to my screen now to take the first question, and I will be answering them as we go, right? Good. Now, my first question is, the first question people ask is, how do I know which platform to focus on? So this question is about content strategy and growth on social media as a business owner or as a small creator, whichever one you're doing, right? So you're asking, how do I know which platform to focus on? Do I focus on Instagram? Do I focus on Facebook? Do I focus on YouTube? Do I focus on TikTok? Or do I do a combination of all of them? Now, this is my honest answer, right? So go where your dream customer hangs out, not just where it's trendy. Instagram is trendy, or let me even say, in a place like Nigeria, for instance, TikTok is very trendy. But not everybody will find their customers on TikTok, right? A lot of people go to TikTok. There are so many business owners on TikTok, don't get me wrong, and they are making it. Hi, Abdul Yum. Sorry, I don't want to murder your name. Abdul Sami. Hi, what's going on here is we're having a strategy conversation, social media strategy conversation, how you can convert your views on social media to cash. So if you're a small business owner or a small creator who is looking to bring your business in, bring your small business on social media, this conversation is what you want to be a part of, right? So you want to ask me your questions. If you have questions regarding social media strategy, content strategy, how you can win on social media, especially in 2026, then you're welcome to join this conversation. So I was talking about where to bring your business. What platform should you focus on? Well, of course, when you're starting a business, you should know your ideal customer. You have to have your customer avatar. You need to know where they are. So are your customers on Facebook? Do you think you're going to find them on Facebook? Because there are certain businesses where you're going to find most of those customers are on Facebook. There are certain businesses that you can do and you find most of them on LinkedIn. There are so many businesses that you can find most of your customers on Instagram or on TikTok. So you have to find out where your customers are, and you find them. Once you find out where your customers are hanging out or are spending more time, that is where you want to bring your business. But YouTube, YouTube is a very, very versatile place. You can find almost every audience here. So hi, Abdul Sami, you just stumbled upon this channel. Welcome to the family. Please click on that subscribe button so you see what we're doing here. Are you just new here? I am not new. I've just been here for about 2 months on YouTube, actively for 2 months. So welcome to the party. Welcome to this conversation. Let's go ahead. So I think I have done justice to that question. So just find out where your customers are, and that is where you want to bring your business. If you think your customers are going to be on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, take your business there and give it your all, okay? And you're going to sell out by God's grace. Every other thing being equal. The second question is, do I need to post every day? No. You do not need to post every day. Consistency is not about posting every day. You're going to burn out if you're not cut out for it, okay? So consistency beats frequency. There's a difference between being consistent and being frequent. So you can say you want to be posting, um, what do we say now? Let's say you want to be showing up on YouTube, for instance, you want to be posting every day, posting a full long video every day. Well, that is going to be a challenge. That is seriously going to be a challenge, right? And I believe that if you do that, you're going to burn out very quickly. So it's important, it's better for you to focus on providing better quality content than just showing up every single day with something that is not valuable, right? You're going to burn out if you try to keep up to every day. But if you maybe if you have help, if you have some help, if you have staff that can create valuable content on your behalf, then that's fantastic. Maybe you can show up every day. But it's better for you to stick to what works for you, all right? So you don't need to show up every day, but just have a schedule of the number of times you want to show up per week and just keep to it. That is what it means to be consistent. The next question is, do I really need to, okay, I've answered that. The next one is, what is the 3-pillar strategy? Yes. So the 3-pillar strategy, now, why do you even need a content pillar in the first place? The reason you will need a content pillar is to guide the kind of posts you have on your social media platform. Now, you're a business owner. You're not just on social media to have fun. You're not just on social media to come and hang out or socialize with people. You're there to sell. As much as you're creating entertaining content, right? You want all that entertainment and all the fun you're having to circle back to you making sales, actually. So if you're not making sales, then you're just wasting content, right? Abdul Sami, let me know where you're chatting from. I'm in Nigeria, so let me know where you're chatting from. I want to know where my audience is from. Where are you watching me from? So just drop that in the comment section. And if you have a question for me, please just drop it down there and I will stop to check it out. We're trying to be timely as possible, as much as possible. I just want to spend like an hour here, but give you all the value that you need to get, right? So the 3-pillar strategy, the simple 3-pillar strategy that I will recommend to anybody is, number one, your content. You should have content that educates your audience. 2, you should have content that helps you connect, or relatable content, relatability, or inspirational, whatever you want to call it. And then, of course, the last but not the least, promotional or sales content. Now, you don't want to overdo any of them, or else you'll be missing out on what on the goal you really want to achieve. You don't want to oversell. You don't want to sound too salesy that every day people come to your page, you're always selling one thing or the other, or forcing them to buy something. You don't want to be a storyteller to the point where you forget that you're selling something, that you have a business to run, right? So you want to make sure that if you're telling stories, it circles back to your goal, which is making sales. If you're educating your audience, know the kind of educational content to put out there, make sure it's relevant to your brand. And it's kind of a way to soft sell to your customers. So you're making, you're building authority in your brand, you're building authority in your niche, letting them know that you know what you're doing, you know your business, right? And when eventually you post something for them to buy, they're going to buy without you even having to beg them to buy, because they know that you know what you're doing. Hi, you're watching from Brazil. Welcome to my chat. I can't pronounce your name. J to H. Thank you for joining us. Please hit the like button and drop your chats. Drop your comments or questions in the comment section. I want to read them. I want to answer your questions regarding content creation, growth, business growth on social media. That's what we're talking about. So I'm taking questions, and if you have any question for me, please drop it down in the comment section or in the chats. Let's tackle it, right? And the next question is, how do I stop overthinking my captions? Okay, this one is talking about caption writing. Now, like I always say, you don't need to be an author to write good captions. You don't need to be a professional writer. You see the way you talk? Write your captions the way you speak. If you need to use the speech to text feature on Instagram or on, you can use CapCut to edit your captions, right? So if you want, for example, you can even use WhatsApp or your notepad in your phone. If you're having trouble writing captions that will make people relate to you, or feel you, so you're not sounding robotic. Like everybody is using ChatGPT and all the AI tools, but what makes you stand out is your unique perception or your unique angle. There is no other you. So when you write captions the way you speak naturally, people are going to connect better with you, and people are definitely going to see the you for who you are, and not just another person using an AI tool to write their captions, right? So that is basically what it is, right? So just stop overthinking your captions, write your captions exactly how you speak, and you'll be good to go. The next question is, let's look at the next questions. You said, my views are low. Is my business failing? No, your business isn't failing. Your business isn't failing. Views are vanity. We enjoy views, right? We love it. It's good. Views are fantastic to have, but it's not the most important thing. As a small business owner, your essence on social media is to make sales. Do you know there are people who don't get a lot of views, but their customers are constantly in their DMs? Hey God. People are carried away by the big numbers. Oh, you have let's say you have 200,000 followers, or you have a lot of engagement on your page. Engagement is good, but that does not translate to sales all the time. So if you have a lot of followers and you have a lot of engagement on your page and it's not translating to sales, then there is something is off right there, right? So make sure you check your DMs and your link clicks instead of focusing on the views that you're getting. Just focus on what is going on in your DM. Are people sending you inquiries? Are people asking questions about your products? Are people clicking the link to your website? Those are the things you should be paying attention to, and not your... So sorry for that interruption. Sorry, that was a network glitch right there. So if you create the right kind of content, you're definitely going to have views eventually, but do not focus on views, because that's vain. What you should be focusing on is, what are people doing in your DMs? Are they asking about your products? Are they interested in your products? Are they actually buying? Are they clicking the link to your website? That is what you should focus on. All right. So the next question I got is, okay, should I follow trends? Should I follow social media trends? Well, trends are not entirely bad on their own, but you have to be careful the kind of trends you're following. If what is trending is not relevant to your brand, it's not going to convert to you making a sale out of it. It's not even something that you can use your unique voice to talk about based on your brand, right? See, everything you're doing on your business page is branding. So if it does not affect you positively, then don't jump on it. You don't need trends to succeed. There are so many other content types that you can do in your page. So you don't need all the trends. You don't need to jump on any and every trend. Some trends can even hurt your business. So if it's not something that will translate to sales, if it's not something that will translate to you making money, then forget about it, okay? So only if you can put your unique business angle on it. Otherwise, just keep it, right? That's just it. Next question. What is a content audit? What is a content audit? Now, this is how you're going to audit your content. Now, look at your last 10 posts. The last 10 posts on your page, right? Which ones are actually leading to questions or sales? Now, let me circle back. Remember that as a business owner, you're going to be posting, hi. What's up about my channel? Yeah, we're having a conversation right now, so just join in if it's valuable to you. Abdul Sami. You can just click on my channel and see what we do. I'm a social media strategist, and I help you turn your views into sales, and I help you to show up with confidence, either as a small business owner or as a small creator looking to bring your business on social media, right? So that is basically um, what we're talking about. So, what is a content audit? Now, looking at your past 10, look at your past 10 posts and, see which ones are actually leading to questions. What are people asking you about? Which of your contents are actually getting those reactions? I mean, meaningful reactions, not just likes and emojis, right? What content on your page is actually getting people to ask deep questions about maybe your products or the services you render? Well, if your posts or your contents aren't getting that kind of reaction from people, then maybe you just want to re-strategize, and maybe you just want to re-strategize and change what you're doing, or change the kind of content that you're putting out there. Sorry, I need to change my mic. This one has gone off. So you want to make sure that your content is getting the kind of reactions that will get people to ask questions about your products and services and possibly translate into sales. So if your content is not doing that, then maybe you need to sit back and go back to the drawing board and change your content style. Okay? Next question. Next question. Okay, you said, I am not a storyteller. What do I do? Now, I think this question is coming from the angle where we tell people you need to be telling stories. You need to tell your brand story, your unique brand story. People need to know the real you. People need to know the motivation behind your grind. People need to know why you do what you do, why you started your business, what pushes you, what motivates you, your process, everything you do. People don't need to see perfection. People need to see that they can relate with you. Of course, you should know that. People don't buy products, right? People only buy products that they can connect with. And that is why most times brands that make good sales are brands that humanize their brands, right? They show their face, they show the struggle behind the scenes, they show their creative process, they show how much work goes into this, the challenges they face, the the good, the bad, and the ugly, every single thing. But if you're constantly pushing out this perfect narrative, you may get sales, but you're not really going to build a strong loyal community that will buy from you regardless of the competition, right? So even if you don't need to be a perfect, you don't need to be an author, you don't need to be a storyteller to tell your stories. What you should do is, any mistake you make in your business, oh, I made this loss, I invested wrongly, or I bought the wrong products, put that into, document it and tell the story. People want to see the mistakes you made before you made something meaningful out of your business. If you made a wrong investment, if you spent money the wrong way, if your packaging flopped, if something happened that just didn't go the way you wanted. For example, when I launched my press-on nail brand, it was one of the things, in fact, it was one of the contents, the kinds of content that I used for my pre-launch. You have to show people behind the scenes. I created this vlog type content where I shared the stress behind the scenes on sourcing products and getting the best suppliers that will give you exactly what you want, stuff like that. And it got people asking questions, it got people engaging. Oh my god, it's so stressful. Oh, well done. Oh, this. And of course, when it was time for me to actually sell, you can imagine that these people were already ready to buy even before I asked them to buy, right? So you want to make sure that whatever mistakes you're making on your page or in your business, the wrong investments you made, the errors that you made with packaging, the wrong choices you made, those are beautiful stories that you can tell, and it will help people connect with you. So I believe that answers that question, right? Then this one is very important. How much personal stuff should I share? Now, this is the age of social media and people are sharing so much, but not everybody is comfortable with sharing their personal stuff. And even as a small business owner, yeah, we're telling you, share personal things that will help people connect with you. But of course, you want to keep certain private things private, right? It's not everything that should be on social media. All right. So what you're doing We're not saying you should share your entire life, every single thing that happens in your life from the moment you wake up to when you hit the bed at night. No. What you should do is share the lessons you've learned from certain things in your life. Only those important moments, only those things that are relevant to your business. We don't need to see where you're doing the laundry. It's not relevant to your brand, except you're a laundry brand, right? We don't need to see where you're having your bath. Like, ew. Okay? So just keep it relatable to your business. If the content you want to put out is not in any way going to influence or be relevant to your business in any way, just keep it to yourself. Okay? So just find the things that are important and are relevant or in one way or the other connected to your business, and share the lessons you've learned about them. That is what your audience wants to see. All right, like I said, let me take a break right now before I go to the next question. I said this from the beginning, but if you're just joining me, I'm going to repeat myself. I want to know what you do in the comment section. I want to know the business you do. Introduce yourself, sell your business in the comment section in the chats. Tell me what you do, where you're watching from. If you're just joining us, tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what your brand does. If you sell products, let me know. If you are a service provider, let me know in the chat. I want to know you. I want us to connect. Okay? Right. So let's go to the next question. Thank you so much, Abdusami. Thank you. I'm happy that you're getting value. Okay? And I hope you're going to stick till the end. And of course, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, right? The next question is, why is my content ignored? Now, as a small business owner, maybe you're just showing up on social media or you're just bringing your business to social media and people are not really paying attention to your business or to your content. Now, the answer is you might be talking at people and not to them. Excuse me. Okay, you might be talking at people and not to them. What do I mean? You're making content, you're talking, you're speaking, you're talking, you're sharing things, you're trying to connect, but you're not connecting because you're not really talking to a specific person. Now, there's a secret to connectivity on social media. You have to find that angle that makes you relatable. The moment your audience is able to see themselves in you, I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. The moment your audience is able to see themselves in you, like they're able to relate with your experiences, then you're hitting the right spot. But if you're creating content and they've not yet gotten to that point where they can actually say, oh my God, I can relate. This happened to me, or this happened to someone I know. Exactly. Oh, so this is what happened, and this is how I can get around it. The moment you start getting people to you know think in those lines regarding your content, I think you've started hitting the right spot. Okay, so you want to make sure that you your content is touching somebody. Don't create content for everybody, and that is why you need to narrow your audience. That is why you need to narrow your audience down to a specific. That's why you need to create a customer avatar. An avatar is something that represents something, right? So it's an image of your ideal customer. What are their pain points? What are they going through? Hello, Delida. Zaliha. I'm sorry if I'm murdering your name. Hi, welcome to my channel, welcome to my live. Tell me where you're chatting from, where you're watching from. I really want to meet you and I want to have that conversation with you. Okay, welcome to this live and I hope you have fun here. So what was I saying? The moment you're able to get people, you need to create your customer avatar, who your ideal customers are. Okay, welcome Bay Lesson. Welcome to my live. Thank you for joining and I hope you have a wonderful time. We're talking about content strategy. We're answering questions rather. I'm answering questions regarding content strategy, how to show up confidently online and turn your content into sales. So you're using data and energy creating content without actually making money, right? So that's what we're talking about. So I'm answering questions that I've gotten from from people in the past, and I know that you're going to get some value from it. So you need to, back to what I was saying, you need to have your customer avatar, something to represent and say, this is my customer. So that when you're creating your content, you're talking directly to your customers. You're not just talking to everybody. Oh, maybe you need this, or maybe you need that. But you're talking to people who actually need your products or your services, right? So make sure that you have a customer avatar and you're meeting their needs using your content. The moment you start hitting their spots, you start hitting their pain points, you start hitting that spot, you're scratching it. It's just like scratching an itch in your customers' minds. The moment you start connecting with them in that way, trust me, they can't ignore your content anymore. They just can't. And very soon, the moment you introduce your products or your services, they're going to be ready to buy. That's just the secret sauce. Okay, so the next question is, should I share my messy moments? Should I share my messy moment? Of course. That is what makes you relatable. That's what makes you relatable as a person. You're a person selling your brand. Look, before you can successfully sell your products, you have to sell yourself. You have to sell. What I mean is, you have to be able to connect with your audience. I've said that like 1,001 times, because that is like the foundation of being successful online. People have to like you. People buy your products because they like you. You have that loyal community because they like your personality. They can relate with your person, right? It's not just your products, because they can actually get those products from somewhere else, right? You have competition. You have people who may even be cheaper than you, but regardless of your price, they are willing to stay back and buy from you because they can connect with you in a special way. They're like, God, if I'm not buying from this person, nobody can make me feel the way this person does, right? And that is why they stick with you and they buy from you. So yes, share your messy moments. Share when things were not good. Share the mistakes you made. I think I've answered this before. Share the mistakes you've made in the past. Share the, struggles you had to go through to make things work. Share those messy moments. People don't just want to see perfection. Every time you're perfect, every time you're looking prim and proper, everything is organized. Share the rough work that goes into producing this perfect product that will meet their need, right? That is what people want to see. And then the next question is, how do I make people trust me? I think it still circles back to what we're saying, right? Okay, there's a question from okay. It says, you mean the people should love me but fonts cheat on me? I can share a good thing, just my secrets. Yeah, look, I'm not talking about generally. I'm not talking about sharing your secrets to the entire world. Remember, I said I'm talking about business owners, right? We're talking about building a brand here, a successful brand using social media. Okay, so we're not talking about sharing your entire secrets, your business secrets. No, you are to share the errors you made that will get people connected. Okay, like let's say, for instance, you're sourcing for products. Let's say you sell handbags, right? There are so many people that sell handbags on the internet. But what is going to make your own customers connect with you and want to buy your handbags? You probably want to share a few moments behind the scenes of the process, what goes into making your handbags, the quality materials you use in making your handbags. I'm sure you must have come across such content, right? That on social media, right? And when you watch such content, what gets to your mind? What comes to your mind? You're like, oh wow, this person is actually putting in so much effort to make this particular bag. If I have the money, I'm definitely going to patronize them. That's exactly how it makes you feel. So those are some of the things that you should share. Sometimes they tell you about their failed investments. Oh my goodness, I spent $5,000 talking to this supplier. You don't even need to give details. People just want to imagine with you. I spent $5,000 getting this supplier and it ended up being trash. The quality was bad, but because I value quality and I want to give you the best quality, I want my customers to enjoy their bags for forever. I had to trash all that 5,000 gone down the drain, and I had to start sourcing afresh for the best suppliers of these raw materials. Oh my god, nobody's going to watch that content if executed properly and not, empathize with you. Do you get? You want to get your customers to be able to empathize with you. They want to see themselves in your shoes, right? And then they want to become like you, who have found a solution. So the moment you're hitting that right spot in your customers, that is a way to win. Okay, so a few more questions that we'll be rounding up, because I said we're spending just 1 hour, and I think we've done okay. I think we still have like 25 minutes to go. Yeah, so I just want to spend 1 hour. Yeah, we have just a few minutes to go. So yeah, how I've talked about how to make people trust you, right? So yes, show your face, share your results. Oh, I went through these errors, I made these mistakes, and this is what I did to make it right, and now I have a better result, or this is how I solved the problem. That's basically how people trust you. You can't just look. What people don't like is to say, oh, I sell this remote right now. Oh, this is a remote. You have to buy my remotes. It's $10. It will be like every other website selling products. But what makes you different, or what makes you unique? What makes you unique is the story behind your brand. What you had to go through to get this quality of remotes that you're selling to them. It makes them see deeper. It makes them connect better with you. Okay, so that's basically how you get people to trust you. And of course, be consistent with your message. It's not that you're saying this today, tomorrow you're saying something else. You have to be consistent. If this is your story, this is your story. Stick with it and create content around it. Let people keep hearing it, and very soon they're going to get used to it, and of course connect better with you. So that works. You said okay, so you said I'm sharing, but I think they don't want me to talk with them. And absolutely my friends don't want to hear me. I don't know if I understand your context quite right. Are we talking about the same thing? Are you talking about in business or life in general? Your friends, like, I think you're talking about something else. Are you talking about business? If you're talking about business, which is what I'm talking about, trust me, your friends are not your ideal customer. So if you're talking to them about your business and you're not paying attention, well, it shows that they're not the ones who are going to buy your products. They are not the people you should be wasting your energy on. They're not the ones who are going to help you build an empire, right? So focus on your audience. You have social media is a very amazing platform. For example, I'm talking with some of you right now. I've never met you before. This is probably the first time you're coming across my content, and we're connected across time zones, across nations of the earth. But because you can connect with what I'm saying, you're sticking to listen and watch what we're saying, right? That is exactly how you're going to sell your business. You're not waiting for people you know already. You're going to sell to people you don't even know. They're the ones who are actually going to patronize you and help you build that empire that you want to build. As for your friends, they may be there to support you at the beginning or give you some encouraging word, but they're not your ideal customer. So don't waste your energy trying to convince them. If we're actually talking about the same thing, you don't need to waste your time and energy on family and friends when it comes to your business, because they're not the ones who are ultimately going to be buying from you. There are so many people, your ideal customers are all over the world, and these are the people you should be focusing on, right? I hope that answers the question. Then okay, we're rounding up now. Okay, let me just go into, okay, someone asked this question: how do I handle how much, in the comments? There are some people, one thing about people on social media is very short attention span. Like, our attention span on social media these days is shorter than the shortest pencil. Okay, so people, even after you've written the price of your product, in the captions, they still come to the comment section to ask you how much. Please don't lose your mind, okay? I know it can be annoying, it can be frustrating because you've given your time to write this caption. You probably even wrote the price in the video, and still someone is coming to ask you how much, right? So what you want to do is just be transparent. Take a deep breath, be transparent. You don't need to hoard. See, one thing I see some business owners do is when they don't state their prices, it makes you look fishy or not genuine. Okay, so just be transparent, put your price out there, or if you have your price list on a website, you just direct them politely to where they can find the price list. So just give them the price, or tell them exactly where to find the price list by maybe clicking the link in your bio, or just direct them properly without getting upset or rude about it. They're asking these questions, and some of them may be window shoppers right now, but they can actually translate to business. You know, they can actually be leads that can lead to sales eventually. Excuse me. Okay, so Lesson, you said when I'm talking with them about my life, about my business, but their face saying they don't want to hear me. They don't want me. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm sure you can still make it work, right? I'm sure you can make it work. I don't know what is going on in your life or what you're going through, but I'm sure you're going to find your way out of it, and you're going to, figure a way out. Really, you're definitely going to find, you know, the help you need and the support you need. So I really, really wish you all the best. I'm sorry that you're not getting the attention you desire from the people who should actually give you that attention. But I really do hope that you keep at it, keep going, um, just keep doing what you're doing, and I'm sure you're going to make a headway someday. Yeah. So all the best in your endeavors, in your business, in your education, in everything you're doing. All the best. So now we're talking about like a slightly different angle, confidence and mindset. How to show up confidently on social media with your business. Hi, Abdusami. Do you have a replay of the stream? Yes, I'm actually going to post it on my page. Yes, I'm going to post it on my channel rather, so you can actually catch it after now. You can actually catch it after now, and you're going to see all the questions and all my answers to them. So yeah, once we end, it's going to go live on my channel. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it, and any other sessions we'll be having in the near future. Okay? Yes. Okay, so the question under confidence and mindset is, how do I show up? How do I show up? Sorry, let me see. Someone says, how do I show up when I don't feel aesthetic? Honey, if you're waiting for aesthetics to show up with your business or for your business, there is trouble. You can't be waiting to have the perfect background or the perfect setup, the perfect device, or the perfect or expensive gear. See, all you need is just your phone to start. All you need is your phone and maybe just a good source of light. You can even use sunlight, flowing in from your window. You don't need expensive gear. You don't need aesthetics. You just need a clear wall behind you or something, and you're good to go. So you don't have to wait for expensive gear or to have that aesthetic, professional looking studio. Just start from somewhere. And maybe, just maybe, if you stay consistent, you're going to have enough money to fund whatever aesthetic or aesthetically pleasing backgrounds or gears that you need along your journey. Abdusami, no, this is my only channel for now. Yes, of course, In the long run, we're going to work on other channels, but for now, I'm just sticking to this. Let's build this one first, and we're going to build the next one probably in 2026 by God's grace. So this is my only channel. This is my only channel right now, and as soon as I have a new one, I'm definitely going to share it with my community so you all can keep tabs, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. Thank you, Listen. Thank you so much for subscribing. I am super grateful. And I really do hope you find all the blessings that you're looking forward to. Okay? That's amazing. Abdusami, you said it seems you were doing the same job. All right. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. That's really great. Good to connect with you. Awesome to connect with you. It's great connecting with you. Thank you for spending time with me on this live. It's been amazing. Thank you. So let's just round up. I think I have just about 15 minutes to round up this live. So someone said, what if people judge me? See, oh, they judge you for showing up with your business or showing up online. It's just like how I'm having this conversation right now with you. If they judge me, they're not paying my bills. Nobody has the right, like, look, everybody is entitled to their opinions, but as long as you're not paying your bills, they're not putting food on your table, they don't matter. Okay? They don't matter. Just keep doing you. Do what pays you. Do the business that pays you. Okay? Push your business like your life depends on it, because actually it does, right? Nobody can tell you how to show up. Nobody can tell you how to push your business. Nobody can stop you from, building that empire that you want to build, as long as you stay consistent and you keep pushing without any discouragements. So don't let anybody stop you. They judge, that's fine. That's your business, right? Let them judge. As long as you're making money, let them keep talking. Whatever they want to say, let them say. All right, so that's basically it. Oh, Abdusami. Oh, you're wandering on YouTube to gather more experience. Well done. I wish you all the best. Yes, yes. This is literally my official first live stream. I have a number of pre-recorded streamed videos, but this is actually my first live video, and I didn't think I was going to have so much fun on it, but I think I'm enjoying myself. I think I'm enjoying myself here, and I love the fact that I'm giving value and people are going to benefit from this. Even if you're not on this live right now, if you watch the replay, you're definitely going to get value from this. So I am super excited about it, and I think I'm looking forward to having more live sessions with as time goes. Yes. So the next question is, okay, I've talked about this one. Let me see the next question. How do I overcome imposter syndrome? Oh my God. I personally battled with this when I was starting off. I started off my social media marketing agency officially in 2023. Yes, in 2023. And honestly, that was one of the things that I had to battle with, not being able to find my own unique voice, because everything seemed like there was so much noise, so many people giving you advice, so many people saying some things, and you're just lost in the crowd, and you just can't find your own unique angle. You can't just find your unique voice. It seems like you're not yourself, right? Now, what you need to remember is this: you don't need to be an expert. All you need is just to be 2 steps ahead of your students. We're teaching. I always tell my audience, I am not a guru. I'm not a guru. I share things based on my own personal experience in business, having worked in different sectors, even as a teacher, as a school administrator, and in other business areas, in my own personal product-based business and other things that I do, right? I I can't even tell you for a fact that I'm a guru, but I do my hard work. I do I work, right? I work really hard to make sure that in addition with the experience that I have, I also have what it takes to give you what you need to succeed in your business, especially when it comes to social media, because I have been doing this for a long time. So you don't have to, when you come to the realization that you don't need to be an expert to succeed. Trust me, you're going to find your unique voice, and you're going to damn all the noise out there and focus on yourself, focus on building yourself, focus on developing yourself, and just be 2 steps ahead of your students, or just be 2 steps ahead of your audience, right? So when you're speaking with authority, because you know what you're saying, and they're listening to you. And when you propose solutions to them, or when you give them a product to buy, it's actually satisfying because you're giving them exactly what they needed at the time. Oh, thank you. Okay. Baylasan, yes. What if I fighted? I fought with a girl, and about 1 year she's coming. Okay, I think you're maybe. This is not the stream for you. Yes, I think this is like a relationship thingy. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Abdusami, for recommending someone for to him. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. So I think you can have that conversation there, but thank you so much for sticking by. I still want to see you here any other time I'm having this stream, if this is valuable to you, of course. So, but thank you for the recommendation. I think you're going to find more value in this regard on that particular stream that he is recommending right now. So yeah. So let's get on with it. How do I stay motivated? Next question is, how do I stay motivated? Now, what you will do is to look at your sales notifications and the thank you messages. That's the only motivation you need, right? People are asking you questions. People are coming into your DMs to ask you how much, and they're actually buying. So you don't have any reason to quit. Or even if they've not started buying, just have faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. So you already know that this is going to happen. So even if it's not happening right now, you already know. You already believe in your heart that it's going to happen. And you're not just believing, you're actually putting in the work that you need to put in. So please, that should keep you motivated. You don't even need any external source to be motivating you. And of course, if you have people who have gone ahead of you, please try not to compare yourself with your competition or with people in the same line as you. But you can actually get inspiration and motivation from people who have gone ahead of you, who are succeeding. Try not to get lost while doing that. Just see them as an inspiration and something to look back on and say, oh my God, if this person can do it, then I can do it as well. So that's just all you need. You need, the biggest motivation you can give yourself is the one that comes from within. So you have to believe that you're going to make it. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you're going to be successful in your business, then it's all a waste of time, really. So that is it. And then good. This is also in relation to the last question I just answered. How do I stop comparing myself to big creators? How do I stop how do I stop comparing myself to big creators? Look, the big creators, the big business people who have been doing it for years or who have succeeded, they have thousands of followers or millions of followers, and you know, very large fan base or following. Look, they are in their chapter 50 or chapter 20. You're just in your chapter 2. Okay, you're just in your chapter 1 or chapter 2. So there is no comparison there at all. You will end up giving yourself headache if you compare your day 1 to someone else's day 20. That's the biggest hole you're going to find yourself in, and trust me, it's not a place to be. Okay, so just be on your lane. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on your hustle. Focus on your drive. Focus on your grind. Okay, the moment you start comparing your day 1 to someone else's day 20, you're going to give yourself anxiety, and you don't need that. You don't need that, really. You don't need that, because you're going to see all the hard work you're putting in there as nothing. But meanwhile, these people have worked their asses off for, sorry, pardon my language. They've worked their way up from the bottom. You don't even know when they started. You don't know how long they've been grinding for. And you just started and you want to be like them automatically. There's no fast way to success. There's no shortcuts. So look at them as your inspiration, but never your competition. Don't compare with them. Don't try to measure up. Just keep grinding. See what they're doing as a motivation to get there someday. Okay? So that is how you stop comparing yourself. Just be happy for them and be genuinely happy for people who are being successful, especially people who are successful in your line, in your niche, or people who are doing very well in the area that is similar to what you're doing. Be genuinely happy for them, because honestly, there's something about the heart. When you're happy for others, trust me, you're going to find it easier growing your own personal brand or your business. It's going to be much easier for you. Okay? So that is it. I think we are coming to the end of this. Now, the final one is, okay, last two more questions before we go. Now, how do I balance kids and content? Now, I'm a mom, of course. And what I can tell you is batch creating is your best friend. So whether you're a busy mom or you have other responsibilities, if you want to be successful as a creator, if you want to be consistent, what you're going to do is to batch create your content. You're going to have a day when you bring out for batching your content. I usually shoot most Sundays when it's quiet after service. I shoot up to 6, 7, 8 videos in one go, and then I spend the rest of the week just editing and drafting my captions and posting. So you save your energy, and you're still being effective. You don't need to be shooting every day. Trust me, it is draining. It is draining. So as a busy mom, as a mompreneur, if you're a mom like me and you want to be consistent, you're wondering, how are these moms doing it? How are they keeping up? Especially when you're doing it all by yourself, you don't have help. What you want to do is to batch create your content, and then spend the little times you have here and there to just edit your content and post. Just make sure that you're showing up on the days that you have set for yourself to show up. If you decide you want to be posting 2 YouTube videos every week, as long as it's convenient for you, stick to it. If it's one video you can work with, stick to it. You don't have to be showing up every day. But once you batch create your content, trust me, it's going to make the work a whole lot easier for you. For instance, I've not shot any video in at least 2 weeks now, but I've been posting. I've had my videos up and running every week, twice a week, and I've had my shorts as well. So it's because I'm able to do that and stay consistent because I batch create my content. So before the last batch of content run out, I'm going to shoot another set of content and we continue. So that's your biggest friend right now. And finally, what is my number one tip for new creators? I am going to tell you from my own personal experience, my number one tip for you as a beginner creator is start before you're ready. Start before you're ready. Perfection is the enemy of profits. Trust me. Perfection is the enemy of profits. Start before you're even ready. And this is not just me giving you one motivational quote. This is something I actually did. Now, if you go to my channel right now, you're going to see that my first 2 actual videos are less than 2 minutes long, and those are actually repurposed content from my Instagram posts, like posts that I made on Instagram like months ago, earlier during the year, because I had created this channel earlier in the year, and I kept waiting for when it was going to be perfect for me to sit down and shoot a video, shoot long form content. Of course, it's my first time, so it's just I was waiting for when I was going to be ready. And being a perfectionist like myself, I think it was never going to happen if I had kept on waiting for the perfect time. But one day I just woke up and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? And I just challenged myself, and I put up my, I just went to CapCut and I changed the aspect ratio of the video, because you know Instagram videos are reels, you know, and I changed the aspect ratio, and I just went ahead and posted it, and I added the title, and that was how it started, really. Okay, because if I was waiting for the perfect time to start my um long form content, I was never ever going to start that this channel, and I'm so glad I did. And of course, see, what you need is momentum. You don't need perfection. The moment you start, trust me, you're going to be motivated to keep going. Okay, you're going to be motivated. But if you're waiting for everything to be available, or that you need the perfect lighting, you need you know, high-end cameras, you need this, you need that, you're never going to start, and your business is going to suffer. So this is your blueprint for 2026. If you're still that creator who has been holding back starting your YouTube channel, or starting you know, your business, or pushing your business online, this is exactly what you need to do. Do not wait for perfection. Do not wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is today. You have to do it. You have to do it. Even if you're not ready, you have to create that content. You have to post what you have. And trust me, the moment you have posted one thing, you're going to be motivated to keep doing it. So I want to believe that with what I have said, you know that you don't need anything else. Okay, you don't need anything else to succeed. All you need is just momentum. You just need to keep moving. So I think that brings us to the end of this live session. It was such an amazing time, even for me, and I'm so grateful to all of you who stayed from the beginning to the very end of this live session. This is my official first live video, and I am super, super excited, and I can't wait for the next one. And I'm so happy that you all got value from this. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for dropping your comments. Thank you for watching from where you're watching. I am super excited, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and of course, turn on the notification bell so you will not miss out on any of my posts, right? And of course, there's so many valuable videos for you to binge watch. So many videos for you to binge watch on my page, on my channel. So many valuable contents that you can watch and get so much value from. So just go spend a few minutes on my channel, and you're going to definitely have an amazing time. So let's say our goodbyes now. Well, I hope that I've been able to motivate you in one way or the other to start, to keep going, to keep pushing, to never give up, and to have the mindset that in 2026, nobody is stopping you from achieving what you want to achieve, from doing what you want to do, from being the best at your game. So I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Thank you, Abdusami. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Balesing. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.